What's going on? So apparently Daniel Day-Lewis was on the verge of probably getting the role of Vincent Vega, which was played by John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, but it didn't work out. What do I think about that? Daniel Day-Lewis is a heck of an actor. I've liked quite a bit of his work. He has a throwback aspect about him, but with a modern feel. He's definitely showed a wide range, and one of those actors that when I watch him perform, what he does, it's like subtle method, but yet it has a certain type of sheer confidence about him. It's one of those things that you really feel like he's a real student and he's really studying, but yet he's really accurate with what he's doing. So, it's just one of those type of talents that I've been like, yeah, this cat's really good. I really have been impressed by his work. So he's what I consider a top tier actor. You asked me about this particulars here. The Travolta role was kind of like interesting play on theme. With the whole interaction with him and Samuel Jackson, the vibe, the elements. I don't know if Daniel Day Lewis's character would have vibed like that with Samuel Jackson, based on where it's coming from, because that'd be a whole different side of what Daniel Day Lewis projects himself to be. So there's different ranges and altitudes that go along with it. Whereas I thought Travolta was the right fit with what Quentin Tarantino was trying to put down. I just think, you know. Now, again, this is subjective. When we talk acting, we talk in movies. We're not talking about your skill set. We're not gonna sit here and say that so and so is necessarily a better actor or a better talent, because Daniel Day Lewis is a better actor, I think, than John Travolta. Even though John Travolta been probably more movies that I like better. See how that works? Because when you think about the iconic movies or the stuff that moves you, I'd probably say I watch more Travolta. But if I go by the acting chops about who I sit there and say this cat is a beast, like when it comes to, is Daniel Day Lewis. So this kind of movie, he may have been able to pull it off, but I don't think that it would have necessarily been one of those kind of films that I'd have sat back and said, "Oh, it really showcased his acting chops," because he's a different type of actor. So, but anyway, it's a good question. It's an interesting sentiment when you find out that, yay, he could have been involved with that, and it could have been, something that, you know, um, well, I thought that, it would have been on point. Um, just didn't happen that way, just didn't happen that way. So it's an interesting tribute when you find out that, hey, this cat was up for that kind of film. He didn't do it, and then you wonder, like, well, if he had, what, how might things have turned out? So makes for interesting what if. We tend to kind of ponder what if, and um, it's one of those fascinating things that, you know, could it have been, So anyway, let me know your thoughts and takes about that. Do you think Daniel Day Lewis could have pulled off Pulp Fiction as opposed to John Travolta? Do you think they got it right? What's your thoughts and takes? Please hit like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm all time. Peace.